We're glad you're here with us, and today we want to talk about introducing the idea of 1/2 and 50% to your preschooler. All right, and so first thing you need to look for in your child is really building this concept of half. And you can do that in many different ways. One very simple way is just to give your child a piece of paper and ask them to fold it in half. So I'm going to give Sophia a piece of paper here. Sophia, here's a piece of paper. Can you fold that paper in half? Okay, very good. And when she folds the paper in half, one thing you want to get the child to realize, the key idea of half or 50% is that when something's cut in half, both sides are exactly the same. All right, and you can use a long piece of paper is probably the easiest. All right, but you can progress to other papers that are bigger. Can you fold that in half? And for me, when I watch young toddlers, they're usually pretty interested to do stuff. And so anytime you have a piece of paper you no longer need, before you throw it in the recycle bin, you can just ask your child to throw the paper in half. And we see Sophia here's got another piece of paper into half. And it's not necessarily perfect, but she's getting the idea of half. And then you can progress to like even a whole sheet of paper. Here, can you fold that in half? Okay. And again, it's not perfect. And you know, many times when we fold in half, I mean, my first thought is to fold like this, all right? But it doesn't matter. It makes no difference if they fold it in half one way or the other. You're just getting them the idea of putting something into half and learning that concept of a half. So another way to help your child understand the idea of a half is when you're sharing. You're sharing a candy bar, and you can say, hey, let's have half. Give me half of that candy bar. Hopefully your child also learns to share. All right, that's a whole nother level of teaching to get children to learn to share, but we're working on math here. So we can have a pizza, and for the pizza we can say, hey, me and mom will eat half of the pizza, and my brothers and sisters can eat the other half. All right, continually talking about this idea of a half. All right. And so once they have the idea of a half, you can get them to start building a half, all right? So I'm going to ask Sophia to take some Lego pieces, I have some Legos here, and to build a square that is half blue and half green. So I'm going to give her some blue pieces and some green pieces and ask her to make a square that's half blue and half green. So Sophia is definitely a nonconformist. When I'm thinking of a square that's half blue and half green, I would hope or be thinking of the student doing something more like this, all right? Okay, it could be this way or it could be this way, but Sophia wants to do something in a different way. And that's really using open-ended instructions to let the child develop their concepts. And this is truly half blue and half green, all right? So you want to continue doing that. After a square, you can ask for a rectangle. I have these linking cubes here. Sometimes we use these in the classroom, and they can be very helpful for the child. So, Sophia, I'd like you to take some linking cubes and make me a rectangle that's half purple and half green. A rectangle that's half purple and half green. So there's a rectangle that's half purple and half green. And again, we're expecting students to do something a little more like this, but either answer is just fine. All right? So thank you for joining us. Sophia, we're going to finish for today. All right? You want to say bye?
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you so much. Take care.